So you've probably played around with an AI tool, right? You know it can feel like actual magic, but sometimes that magic just fizzles out and you're left with something, well, not so magical. Today, we're going to dive into the one skill that unlocks AI's real power, the art of the prompt.
It's that frustrating feeling, isn't it? You ask for a brilliant marketing plan, and you get a generic list that a high schooler could have written. You ask for a breathtaking image, and you get, well, a weird digital soup. You know the power is in there, but you just can't seem to get to it.
And look, this isn't just you, it's a real thing. As the folks at Growth Tribe point out, just using the basic functions of these tools, it often falls flat. This is what we can call the AI communication gap, that huge space between what you know the AI can do and what you can actually get it to do.
So the big question is, how do we bridge that gap? How do we go from those disappointing, generic results to the amazing, detailed, and creative stuff we were promised? Well, the answer is all in how we give our instructions.
Okay, so the solution has this kind of fancy name, prompt engineering. But don't let that scare you. It's not about being a coder. It's really about being a better communicator. It's the skill of crafting your request with so much precision and so much context that the AI can't help but give you exactly what you're picturing in your head.
Here's the best way to think about it. Stop treating AI like Google. It's not a search bar. Instead, think of it like a very literal, incredibly talented, but totally uncreative assistant. You wouldn't just walk up to a designer and say, "Hey, make me a dog picture." No way. You'd give them a detailed brief, and that's exactly what a good prompt is. All right, talking about it is one thing, but you've got to see it to believe it. Let's look at a super simple visual example of how one tiny change in a prompt can lead to a massively different result.
Now, look closely at these two prompts. They have the exact same words. The only, and I mean only difference, is where we put the phrase "in the sky." In the first one, it's kind of buried in the middle. In the second one, we've moved it right up front, next to our main subject, the golden doodle. Seems like a tiny change, right? And boom, look at the results. It is absolutely night and day. On the left, yeah, the AI got the dog in a suit, but it totally ignored the "in the sky" part. But on the right, with just that one simple tweak, the AI understood the priority. This is the perfect example of how much word order matters.
So what's the big takeaway here? It's simple, but it's a total game changer. With a lot of these AI models, the earlier you put something in your prompt, the more important the AI thinks it is. By moving "in the sky" closer to the beginning, we were basically yelling at the AI, "Hey, this part is really important." It's such a simple trick, but it makes all the difference.
Okay, so how do we take that lesson and apply it to text? It's pretty much the same idea. You've got to think like a project manager giving a brief. First, what's your objective? What's the goal here? Then, set the format and the tone. Is this supposed to be a fun, casual blog post or a super formal report? Then, think about your audience. Are you writing for experts or complete beginners? And finally, get specific with the details, like word count or key points you absolutely have to include.
And what's so cool about this is you can basically build a perfect prompt from a menu. It's like a recipe for creativity. You can just look at this and say, okay, I want a long shot in a tilt-shift style of a Ferrari with cinematic lighting. You see? By mixing and matching, you create a super precise brief that the AI can actually work with.
Okay, so once you get these basics down, a whole new universe of creative possibilities just opens right up. It stops being about just getting better results and starts being about imagining things you couldn't even create before.
Like, check this out. You can mix pop culture with very specific art styles. Here's a caricature of Spider-Man just kicking back with a beer. The prompt wasn't just Spider-Man, it specified the style, caricature art.
Or what about this? This is amazing. It's the kid's character Peppa Pig, but done in the classic Japanese ukiyo-e woodblock print style. It's this beautiful, totally wild fusion of two completely different worlds, and it was all created from one specific prompt.
And you can really push for complexity and action. I mean, look at this. The prompt asked for splash art, which is a specific style from video games, and it described an action, channeling arcane magics. The result is just bursting with energy and detail.
And remember, this isn't just for making cool pictures. Not at all. These same skills totally supercharge text-based AI, too. You can use great prompting to speed up your content creation, to prep for job interviews, to create custom lesson plans, to plan your next vacation down to the last detail, or even to get help debugging your code. The applications are endless.
Okay, but before we all get a little too excited, we need to have a quick reality check. It's so important to remember that AI is a tool. It's an amazing tool, but it is not a replacement for your brain, and you have to use it with a little bit of caution.
And this might be the single most important thing to remember from this whole conversation. No matter how perfect your prompt is, the AI's response is a first draft. It is not the final product. As Growth Tribe says, every single thing it gives you needs to be fact-checked and probably edited, heavily edited, by you.
So why is that? Well, you got to know the limitations of the tool you're using. First, their knowledge is usually not up to date. Many are trained on data that stops in 2021. Second, they can confidently just make stuff up. It's a thing called hallucination, and it happens all the time. And finally, they don't tell you where they got their information, so it is 100% on you to verify everything.
So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a final thought, kind of like a question to chew on. Maybe the real revolution isn't just that we have AI. Maybe the most important skill for the future, the new literacy, is learning how to have a productive, precise, and creative conversation with it. It's not just about what you ask, it's all about how you ask.